What is going on, YouTube? This is Jim back with another video, and today I want to talk to you guys about wireless steering wheels. Now, if you're a fan of my channel, you may have seen my deep dive of my Logitech G920 wheel, which I have setting upstairs, and I love the look and feel of that wheel. But long ago, and actually, funny little thing here, November 26, 2012 is when I started getting into racing games, and I picked up this bad boy. This is the Xbox 360 wireless speed wheel, made and branded by Microsoft. I love this wheel for what it was. It had vibration, it had lights on the back, it was wireless, it was very easy to use, it didn't take up any space, and it was very accurate, which is kind of surprising. So you're supposed to hold the wheel out in front of you and, play, but over time, your arms are going to get tired, let's face it. So you'd rest your knees, or you rest your elbows on your thighs, rather, or on your knees, kind of lean forward. And it still worked phenomenally. I played tons of Forza and tons of Project Gotham Racing with this very wheel, and I loved every second of it. And I was really sad when the Xbox One came out, because other than Mad Catz and what I ultimately went with, the Logitech G920, which are really like upper tier, very expensive, dedicated race enthusiast wheels, there was really nothing in between that and this. Nothing existed until today. So, very exciting to announce that this week on Inside on Xbox, Phil Spencer, I'm sorry, Major Nelson, not Phil Spencer. That'd be cool if Phil Spencer's on here. Major Nelson announced the Hyperkin S racing wheel, which also is wireless. There you guys can see it. This was teased back in January with some leaks, but we weren't really sure about it until today, and here it is. And we get to check it out, and I want to do a video on it. Now, what I like about this wheel, they've incorporated a lot of new features on it. You'll notice, first of all, that it's a complete circle. It's got the triggers on the back, which, just like the other one had, for your left and right. Nice long pull triggers, by the way, which is a really, really nice feature. You'll also notice, let me go ahead and pause it there. You'll also notice that it actually has paddle shifters in the center. So you can drive with your right index finger on the gas, and you could use your middle finger or your index finger as a trigger, which is something that I love. I love those paddle shifters. I have a separate shifter on my G920, but it's nice to have the speed shifting, especially if you're doing games with drag racing, or if you don't want to keep reaching over, or you don't have a clutch, or you don't want to play with a clutch. You could just do the speed up, the gear up and down with the paddle shifter. So the fact that they got that on a wireless wheel is awesome. Additionally, what you see the guy there using with his right index finger is they actually included a very small right analog stick. So while you're racing, you could use your hand to manipulate the camera, something that the previous wheel on the Xbox 360 did not have. So they've really pulled out the stops with this thing. It's really, really nice. It's got a lot of functionality to it. It's got all the face buttons. It's got rumble. It's got a nice feel to it. It's completely circular now, so if you want to race like this or like this or like this, you can. It also includes a built-in wireless charging dock. I'm sorry, the charging dock isn't wireless. The wheel's wireless. You plug it in and it charges. So you don't have to worry about, like my old wheel with the AA batteries and pulling the batteries out because it sometimes wouldn't turn itself off. This will just plug right into your console or to the wall, whatever, and you'll be able to charge it infinitely like you can on a DualShock 4. Something that right now on the Xbox One controllers, you have to have a separate set of AA's, or you have to have a separate standalone recharging battery like I do. They just include one in the box, and I love that. It's a phenomenal idea, and it's a great looking product. If I didn't have my Logitech G920 wheel, I would totally consider checking this out. And there you could see it kind of held up against Major Nelson. It's definitely a smaller form factor, but you know what? I think it's going to have the same quality that the old wheel had, so I'm very, very excited for that. Now, you're probably asking the million-dollar question, how much does this cost? Well, oops, there you could see. It's running right now for $120. It's available at all major retailers. I just happened to pull up the GameStop site because the picture was more to the right, so I didn't have to move my screen around like I did before. But it's by Hyperkin, licensed by Xbox, as opposed to the last one, which was manufactured and built directly by Xbox. This one was farmed out to Hyperkin, which makes great products, so I don't think there's any build issues there. It runs for $120. It will release in just a week, May 30th, believe it or not. You can pick it up anywhere, and it includes the wheel, and it also includes the charging station. There you can see the little cliff notes on it that it, rubberized exterior grip, which is nice. That rubberized feel is definitely very nice. It's got sleek metallic trim and a charging dock, and there you have it. I think this thing looks awesome. I'm really excited for it. If I didn't have my wheel, I would totally pick this up. And for people who are interested in racing, but maybe don't want to dedicate as much time or money as I have into a much more formal and permanent racing station, I have a really strong feeling this is going to be a great point of entry for you. You're going to enjoy playing with this, if you enjoy racing games, so much more than you do on your standard controller, just because the feel of it and the tactile feel of turning as opposed to using your thumb and using your index fingers for the gas and the brake. On the shorter Xbox triggers, these are longer pulls, so you're going to have a lot more feel in your gas and your brake, which makes all the difference in the world. So can't say enough good things about this. It's the Xbox One S wireless racing controller by Hyperkin. It will work. I don't know why they had to call it the Xbox One S. It will work on the OG Xbox One like I have. It will work on the S. It will work on the X. It will just work. Based on the stances that Phil Spencer, I mentioned his name earlier, but I actually am referring to him now, made earlier on how the Xbox hardware is developing, this will surely be compatible with the next generation of Xbox hardware. So keep that in mind, and I think you could totally buy this with confidence. I hope you guys found this video informative. If you like what you see, please consider commenting, rating, and subscribing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.